guys! In this video, we're going to learn how to use factoring formulas to solve complicated calculations, simple and fast. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell button to turn on notifications, because more incredible content is on its way. Okay, let's check out the first example. 53 times 57 minus 47 times 43. Your first reaction to this problem is probably to take out your phone and open up the calculator app. But wait, look at it more carefully and you can find something special here. 53 equals 55 minus 2, and 57 equals 55 plus 2. This probably looks familiar to most of you. We can use the difference of the squared formula to open up the parentheses, therefore turning it into 55 squared minus 2 squared. If you aren't familiar with this formula, check out the link in the description. Using the same method, 47 times 43 can be turned into parentheses 45 plus 2 times parentheses 45 minus 2, which equals 45 squared minus 2 squared. So the original problem becomes 55 squared minus 2 squared minus parentheses 45 squared minus 2 squared. Open the parentheses and change the sign and we get 55 squared minus 2 squared minus 45 squared plus 2 squared. Minus 2 squared plus 2 squared equals 0, so we get 55 squared minus 45 squared. Using the difference of the square formula again, we get parentheses 55 plus 45 times 55 minus 45. That's 100 times 10, so the answer is 1,000. You don't need a calculator, right? Okay, the next example is 3 times 5 times 17 times 257 plus 1. It seems like this one is a little bit more complicated than the previous one, but it also has a special trick which we can use to make the calculation much easier. Here, 3 equals 4 minus 1. 4 is the square of 2, so 3 equals 2 squared minus 1. In the same manner, we can get 5 equals 2 squared plus 1, 17 equals 2 to the 4th power plus 1, 257 equals 2 to the 8th power plus 1. So the original problem becomes parentheses 2 squared minus 1 times 2 squared plus 1 times 2 to the 4th power plus 1 times 2 to the 8th power plus 1 plus 1. Now it looks much easier, right? Using the difference of the square formula, parentheses 2 squared minus 1 times parentheses 2 squared plus 1 equals 2 to the 4th power minus 1. Now you can see we can use this formula again. Parentheses 2 to the 4th power minus 1 times parentheses 2 to the 4th power plus 1 equals 2 to the 8th power minus 1. Using the formula again, we can get 2 to the 16th power minus 1 plus 1. So the final result is 2 to the 16th power. Now the last example for today is 100 squared minus 99 squared plus 98 squared minus 97 squared plus 96 squared minus 95 squared, etc., until we end off at plus 4 squared minus 3 squared plus 2 squared minus 1 squared. It's really long and complicated, but as I said, don't panic and look at the problem carefully. We can use the difference of square formula again when we write the first pair of numbers. 100 squared minus 99 squared is equal to parentheses 100 plus 99 times 100 minus 99. 100 minus 99 equals 1, so it becomes 100 plus 99. Using the same technique, we can figure out that 98 squared minus 97 squared equals 98 plus 97. 96 squared minus 95 squared equals 96 plus 95, etc., etc. So the complete original problem turns into 100 plus 99 plus 98 plus 97 plus 96 plus 95, etc., all the way down to plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 and plus 1. I think you all know this famous arithmetic sequence. There is a formula to solve it. That's S of n equals n divided by 2 times parentheses a1 plus a of n. Here, S of n is the sum of all the numbers in the sequence. N is how many numbers are in the sequence. A1 is the first number of the sequence, and a of n is the last number of the sequence. In the original problem, there are 100 numbers, so n equals 100. A1 is 100, and a of n is 1. We just plug these numbers into the formula and get S of n equals 100 divided by 2 times parentheses 100 plus 1 equals 50 times 101 equals 5050. That's the final answer. Okay, that's all for today. Please keep trying to do more exercises, and remember, practice makes perfect. If you have any questions, leave your comments below or email us at question@beat-math.com. We will try to answer your questions in a future video, and the most common question will be given priority in our next video. See you next time!